Okay, good day everyone. How are we doing? Trust we all enjoy our weekend. So, in a few minutes time, the market will be open. So, I really want to reveal to us guys what I will be personally looking at for the coming week. So, before I get started, I really want us to understand that whatsoever I will be looking at this financial market is my own personal opinion, and I want us also to understand that trading is a probability game. Um, we should keep it in mind that whatsoever you are looking at in this financial market is a pure probability. There is no any 100% assurance that what you are personally looking at is going to really play out the way you expect it. So, you should really learn how to be thinking in probability, when making your technical analysis. That is why we all need to know that you don't need to be right in order for you to make money in this market. You don't need to be right, right? You can still be wrong and still make money in this market. That is the reality of trading, right? So whatsoever I'll be sharing with us guys here, like I said, is my own personal opinion about what the market will do next and my anticipation. And basically, once I highlight my areas of interest, I wait and see what price will really deliver, right? Because all I do is observing the masses and doing the opposite. That is all I do in this financial market, right? So let's get started. So as you can see on my screen, this is Europe USD. We're from the daily time frame, and let me personally share with us guys the idea that I was personally looking at. That was last week, but I don't really want to make this video so long. So let me just go straight to the points and point out what I'm really anticipating for market to do to as the market is about to open. So what can we see right from here? Let me first of all identify the structure of the market, which is the foundation that we all need to understand, because without you understanding the structure, trust me, family, I don't even know how you're gonna make your own technical analysis. So the first thing you look out for is the structure. So I want us guys to know from this our left hand side, I want us guys to see, how the structure was basically delivering to us so that we know the reason why I'm looking at this area as an area of what mitigation. So probably you can see we have higher high right here, we have higher low, we have higher low, higher high right. Then we can see we have a break of structure. After this break of structure right here, what can we see, family? Probably after this break of structure, probably we'll look at this low right here, as our trading range, right? Basically, we'll look at price to really get back to this supply zone right here, then mitigate, then we'll start selling down. And you can see right here, we have those imbalances right here that they left unfilled, right? We can see we have those imbalances that price left unfilled, which we can potentially look at price will come back and fill all those imbalances, which you can see price keep running away from that supply zone, which is this supply zone and this supply zone right here, which I am personally looking at for a mitigation and confirmation. Then I take my entry, which we can see price did not really deliver to us like the way we really expect, right? That's why I say to us guys from the beginning that trading is a probability game. Whatsoever you are looking at, you have to keep it in mind that it might happen, it might not happen, because you don't really need to give it your 100% assurance. Because once you started giving it your 100% assurance and the market fails you, that is when you started feeling bad about yourself, and your emotions will started playing a role. You started taking some kind of decisions that you're not supposed to be taking in the market. So just have to keep it simple to yourself. Think in probability when making your own technical analysis. That is the best way to win, right? So we can see I was having this supply zone right here. Price fails to come back to this supply zone and they keep selling down. Price keeps selling down. But what I was personally seeing was a liquidity buildup, right? Because see, basically it was a dynamic liquidity right from here, right? It was a dynamic liquidity, though there was a kind of entry point right here. There is a very nice entry, but basically I was looking at this as a what dynamic liquidity, right? A dynamic liquidity. Some people will call it trend line, but basically keeping it simple to myself, I call it dynamic liquidity. And also we have this supply zone right here that they left unmitigated. We have this supply zone right here that they left unmitigated, and also this supply zone right here, which are very high probability supply zone that I personally look at for targeting. But I'm not going to share with us guys the idea that what I personally look at for when highlighting my supply zone, right? If you want to know that, kindly sign in for my mentorship class. That is the only way you get access to knowing the kind of areas where I look at for mitigation. So we can see right here we have those clean supplies right here that I personally look out for, and they are also aligning with my areas of interest, which I personally look out for. So price left them unmitigated, and we can see how price really sold down, and they were creating this dynamic liquidity. And from the daily time frame, what I'm personally seeing is price really sell down to this demand zone right here. This is what I'm really seeing on Europe USD. I'm really looking at price to really sell down. You can see we have those bunch of liquidity, this buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, I mean, that price left on untapped, right? I'm really looking at price to really come for those what but sell side liquidity, capture all those liquidity, then we see this mitigation right here. And why I'm looking at this area as an mitigation area, let me show us guys the daily time frame so that we can see it more clearly. We can see it more clearly, right? So we can see after we had a break of structure, we took out this what demand zone, supply zone right here. After we took out this demand zone, supply zone, what can we see? We can see price fails to really retrace back to this what demand zone, and price keep buying up, and we can see how they are leaving liquidity below, right? I'm looking at all this as an liquidity. I'm looking at all this as a liquidity. Price should potentially come back for those liquidity, right? And capture all those liquidity. And also, why I'm really looking at this sell is because of I'm also seeing DXY giving us a very nice trade idea, just exactly the way Europe USD what is playing out. Remember, we use DXY for divergence. That's the US, the USD pairs, right? So quick one, this is what I'm really looking at on the daily time frame. I'm really looking at price to really sell down, right? I'm really looking at price to sell down regardless of the trend of the market. And if you can see off from the daily time frame also, we have a very clean break of structure from here, because this really validates my structural rules. What I personally look at, when validating my structure, this price action information right here really align with my structural rule. So there was a break of structure here, right? And we can see all what price was doing. What price was just retracing back to this supply zone. Then we start looking for sales, and which price really respect of that supply zone, which we can see. And I'm gonna show us guys what I will be personally looking at for the coming week. So personally, if price really sell down, this is where I'm really looking at price should really sell down off, right? I'm really looking at price should really sell down to this what demand zone. Once they mitigate up this demand zone, I wait for my confirmation, then I go long on Euro USD, because the overall bias from the weekly time frame, let me show us guys the weekly. The overall bias from the weekly time frame will be very strong bullish, bearish trend, but currently price is contracting. So what we'll be seeing more is a form of what more buys in the market. That is what we'll be seeing more. That is why you need to understand multiple time frame analysis as well. So we can see, and let's just take a look at this confluence. I'm also seeing what is really giving me the idea of price really selling down and buying up to this supply zone. We can see we have this bat harmonic pattern that is really showing up on this time frame. Oh, Nepa just fucked me up, but it is okay, man. So we can see we have this bat harmonic pattern right here that is really forming on the weekly time frame. So there is high potential that price will really sell down to this demand zone. After price mitigating of this demand zone, then we can start looking for our buying opportunity to this what supply zone. Once we mitigate of this supply zone, this will really be a long-term sell for Europe USD. So that is what I'm really anticipating from the weekly. And like I've shared with us guys the daily time frame. The daily time frame, currently we're looking to short the market, right? We're looking to short the market. So let's go back to the 4 hours time frame so that we can see that perfect mitigation, that price actually mitigate of that supply zone that I was personally looking at for a mitigation. And I'm gonna show us guys the confirmation that price really delivered to us when mitigating of this our supply zone. So we can see we had this clear mitigation. After this clear mitigation, off from the 4 hours time frame, and we can see this clear supply zone that price really mitigated. This supply zone right here is a very high probability supply zone for me that I personally look at for mitigation, due to the kind of what areas that I look at for targeting. It really aligned with my area of interest. So quick one, after that mitigation, let me take us guys to the 15 minutes time frame. I'm gonna show us guys what I will be personally waiting for tomorrow in order for me to take my shot, right? I'm really looking to short Euro USD to capture all those liquidity right here, all those gray line that we are seeing right here. This just area where I am potentially looking at price should really react off from, because we all know that this market does not move hectare hazard. The market moves in phases. So if you're in a bullish trend, basically all the supply zone are reaction points for what price, and if you're in a bearish trend, all the demand zones are reaction points for what price. So basically all those gray line that you can see I highlighted here are just a kind of form of where I am really anticipating to see how price will be reacting off from. So my main idea is to see price taking out this sell side liquidity. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame so that I will personally share with us guys what I'm currently looking for tomorrow. So we can see on the 15 minutes time frame, after our higher time frame supply zone was mitigated, which is the 4 hours time frame, what can we see? Basically, some people look at this as of some people will basically look at this as a first break of structure right here. But I am really looking at this. Yeah, this is a break of structure, but where the first break of structure started happening was was from here. This was the first low that price started taking out, right? This was the first low that price started taking out, which I was having a sell limit here, but price did not really retrace back and mitigate off my supply zone, and we can see how price keeps selling down, which is normal. I understand that many people, many individuals in this industry, when they have a supply zone like this and price still keep running away from their supply zone, price keep running away from their area of entry, they started getting emotional. They be like, what am I doing? Like, am I wrong about the market? Or why is my supply zone not being mitigated? Why is my supply zone always getting missed? Trust me, family, this game is a probability game. You always miss, like, price will always run away from your supply zone most of the time. You just need to understand that. You really, really need to understand that and stop, getting emotional when your supply zone fails to be respected, or your demand zone. You have to understand that not all the time your supply zone or your demand zone price will probably come back for mitigation. Sometimes price can be so volatile that your supply zone or your demand zone will be left unmitigated, and the price will basically go your way. It happens like that most of the time, right? It happens like that most of the time. That is why you need to understand that when you are showing up when you are showing up in your chart, you are not showing up to trade all the time. You are only showing up to trade your own idea, and to trade what the market actually presents to you, right? If it presents to you, you take advantage of it. If it run away from you, know that this market is full of opportunities. There are many opportunities that are coming your way. So because of you miss one trade does not mean you should get emotional, or you started getting FOMO and started pursuing trade. It doesn't make sense like that. You really need to understand that your zones will get missed sometimes, which my zones used to get missed. And also, I used to take loss. That one is basically normal in the market. Like, it is something that you can never run away from the market, right? Losses are part of the game. Just that you just need to know how you define your losses very, very well, so that whenever you get stop at, you'll be able to take you'll be able to take advantage of the next opportunity that is going to come your way, right? So that is risk management. You need to understand risk management, so that you know how you manage your trade. You know what you are risking in order for, if the trade go against you, you the opportunity to take another opportunity, right? So risk management is also everything, right? Risk management is also the key. So we missed this sell right here on Europe USD. This was last week, but I'm still keeping my eye on this sell, right? After price mitigate of our supply zone, we can see we had a very, very clean confirmation. We have this supply zone was taken out, and basically this major supply zone, right, demand, this major low, higher low right here was taken out also. So basically, we're really looking for price to really buy up, mitigate, then we'll start selling that. But we can see price did not really, really give us that confirmation that we're really, really looking at, and price keeps selling that. So what I'm really, really anticipating is to see price when the market open. What I'm really anticipating is to see price, delivering to those area of, POI, which you can see identify on my chart. POI means point of interest. I want to see price delivering up to those areas, then give me another confirmation in order for me to take this market low. And the reason why I'm really looking at those areas for mitigation is because you can see we have some kind of form of imbalance right here. We have imbalance here that they left unmitigated. We can see how price really, really move aggressively from that last before the down move, that last candle before the down move, which you can see right here. We have a grab of liquidity there, right? After we grab liquidity, we can see we have this clean grab of liquidity right here, right? We have this clean grab of liquidity. After they grab liquidity, can we see that aggressive sell to the downside? And what can we see also? We have an hidden order block right here. So if we're going to refine this supply zone right here more on the lower time frame, we really have a clean hidden order block that we can potentially look out for a mitigation, which I'm going to show us guys that right now. So we have a clean hidden order block right there. So can we see that if we're going to refine it more, if we're going to refine it more, this is a very, very clean hidden order block that we can potentially look at. Price should really, really buy up to that supply zone, give us our another confirmation, then we'll take the market we'll take the market down, right? So this is a very, very nice area which I'm personally looking at for mitigation. It's a very, very nice area for me. So let's go back to the 15 minutes time frame. So personally, if this supply zone right here that I highlighted, price take out this supply zone, probably that means they will potentially be coming back to this supply zone right here. So I will be keeping my eyes on this supply zone. The same thing right here, the same thing over and over again. Like, trading is a repetition of one thing, right? It's a repetition of one thing happening over and over again. I want those guys to understand that. So once this supply zone right here fails to hold, I'm gonna be looking forward to this supply zone for my targeting. Once they mitigate, I'm gonna what, look for my confirmation, my entry model, then I trade, right? Then I take my position without no any hesitation, right? So just look at how simple it is. Look at how simple I plan my trade. Look at how simple I keep my idea to myself, right? So you don't need to complicate it. You don't really need to complicate it. This is how simple you are supposed to keep it to yourself. And just be flexible when you are making your technical analysis. Just be flexible, right? Stop being like, oh my god, what am I working? What is going to happen next? Like you're trying to predict what will happen next in the market. Oh my god. Trust me, you are really going to get hurt. Like you are just hurting yourself because when you are trying to like predict what the market will do next, trust me, family, this market will keep doing this thing over and over and over again. It is when you started looking at it as a probability game and you started thinking in probability that everything will started, balancing the way you want it, as the way you want it to be. Actually, but I can't lie to us guys. I also feel like that when I started trading. I also feel the same way you are feeling, but it is based on experience as well, right? It is based on experience that allows me to be thinking in this kind of way, of thinking in probability, applying risk management, patience, and the rest of them. So with time, if you're a new beginner on my YouTube channel, you can be learning, right? You can be learning while I'm making my own technical analysis, and I'm trying to highlight us guys on how you should think when making your own technical analysis, and stop trying to be so right about the market, because the market will always kick you, right? The market will always do its thing. So let's look at GBP Let's look at GBP. So, but before I go, this is my own personal opinion on Europe USD. This is what I'm really anticipating to see on Europe USD. I'm really looking to short this market, and basically this will really be a kind of form of a long-term sell, because you can see where we personally start our analysis off from. We start off from the weekly to the daily to the 4 hours time frame, and you can see that the overall trend of the market right now is bearish, right? It's bearish, and though the overall is bearish from the monthly, but currently with the harmonic pattern that I basically show us, currently we are just contracting, right? We are contracting, but right now we are trying to form the C leg of our harmonic pattern. So basically what we'll see more right now is more sales in the market. If the market will really deliver to us just like we were expecting, the market will really deliver to us just like we are expecting. So I really want to see price sell down to this supply zone. So imagine you take this, if this price really delivers to us guys the way we are really expecting. Imagine for how long you holding this trade. You hold this trade for a couple of days, managing your trade, but with the trade, with trade management as well. With trade management, paying yourself along the way. So this is how simple I keep it to myself. So this is what I'm personally looking at on Europe USD. So let's see what Europe USD will really deliver to us guys, as the market is about to open in how many minutes time? In how many minutes time? In 1 hour 19 minutes time. So let's look at GBP JPY. GBP JPY, I'm seeing a very nice trade idea there. So I'm just gonna share only 2 trade ideas with us guys. If you really wanna be having my ideas, if you really wanna be taking advantage of my idea or use them for your reference, like you are already an advanced trader, and all you just need is look at someone idea to boost your own confidence, you can join my free Telegram channel. I have a free Telegram channel where I drop my ideas right there, and my fellow traders also the idea, and we are all learning together as well, right? We are all learning together. Whatever the market do, we learn from it, and move on. Whether we take a loss, whether we take a win, we try to discuss about it, and move on to the next trade. So keep it simple to ourselves as well. So if you want to be part of the the Telegram channel, the link is below this video. You can kindly click that link, and it will take you to the Telegram. It is free. You're not paying anything, right? It is free. You're not paying anything. Kindly subscribe to the Telegram channel. I used to drop my trade ideas there every Sunday. So, and as the week goes on, I used to drop my ideas. If I see a very nice trade idea that we can personally take advantage of, I used to drop my own trade idea. So this is GBP USD. I don't really, this video is really taking long already, so I want to keep it short. I don't really want to make this video so long as well. So GBP USD, I'm also looking for short. So this is where I'm looking to short off from. If this supply zone right here fails to hold, I'm also looking at this supply zone right here. And once this supply zone has been mitigated, I'm not looking to go aggressively. I know there is many traders that once their supply zone has been mitigated, all those uh, traders that want followers and all those traders that basically want to scam you on the industry, they just go like this, like once they have a supply zone, they just give you an entry like this, and let's just take the entry. Like when I'm seeing something like this, it doesn't really make sense to me, right? If I'm seeing you doing something like this, it's totally like you are trading structure. It totally means you are just trading structure, family. Like if you want to have a trade sound idea, once you identify your structure, once you have identified your supply and demand, whether we're in a bearish trade or bullish trade, once you have identified your areas of interest, know what will allow you to go into that trade. So because I have supply zone, I have a clean supply zone, I have a clean supply zone, that does not make my trading idea a sound trading idea. It's a lie. That does not really make my trading idea a sound trading idea. So once my supply zone has been mitigated, I want to see a confirmation. I want to see a reason why I will basically take that trade. I want to see how price will be delivering to my area of interest. And I want to see how price will be reacting up to my area of interest in order for me to take my position. So I don't go by preaching like, if you have a supply zone, refine it on a lower time frame, place your sell limit and allow it to run. No, like I don't do like that. Basically, no matter how long I waited for my trade, once my trade has been mitigated to my point of interest, I wait for confirmation. So I want to see how price will be delivering to me on the lower time frame, right? I want to see how price will mitigate off my points of interest and will be delivering to me on the lower time frame. Whether the lower time frame will personally align with the direction of the market, which I am really looking at price should move towards to, right? So that is how I keep it simple to myself. Like just having a supply zone is not enough for you. Trust me, family. You have to have an extra confirmation. But I'm not really gonna share that confirmation with us guys here because that is for my personal students which really sign up to my mentorship class. They are the only people that get the access to my entry model, right? They are the only people that get access to my entry model. So if you want to have the same entry model with me, you can sign up for my mentorship class, right? So this is what I'm looking on GBP USD, GBP JPY. I mean, this is what I'm really looking at on GBP JPY. So it's pretty simple. Let me take off this so that you guys will not really confuse and be like, okay, I'm looking to place a limit here right now, right? So I am basically waiting for price to really deliver to this supply zone, give me that confirmation, then I take my shots, right? I take my shot because GBP JPY, I'm really looking at it as bearish, right? I'm really looking at it as bearish. And if you can even look at the trend of the market from right here, we can see that we're really trading bearish, right? We have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So our next anticipation is to see a new lower low being formed. Pretty simple. So this is how I keep it simple to myself. And if you want to personally learn how I trade, you can kindly subscribe to my mentorship class and learn how simple I would personally keep it to myself. And I believe it's really working for me and it will also work for you, right? So that is how it is, family. So if you really love what I'm really sharing with us guys here, kindly do a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you turn on that notification bell so that every Sunday like this, when I drop my trade idea, you will be notified. So this is how it is. Peace out, fam. Let's go. I wish us all a profitable week and make sure you trade your plan and don't go by trading someone's plan because you feel like your own plan is not showing up yet. Because a lot of us used to make this mistake. You have your own plan, and when you see someone, taking taking action on his own plan, they started getting depressed. Why are you not trading? Why this? Why that? Why is my plan not showing up? Like you started doing some things that you were not even prepared for. You were not even prepared to actually do it in the market, and started taking some indecisional decisions, right? So make sure you stay very calm, right? When you see Habib is trading, just be calm, right? If you see Habib is trading, just be calm. Habib also waited for his own personal trading idea to show up before he took advantage of it. If you see Trade Rich is trading, just be calm, right? He also waited for his own trading idea to show up and all his confluences meet up before he executes his trade. If you see everyone is trading, just keep it like that, right? It is their work, their trading idea that personally show up that allows them to execute their trade. So your own has not yet showed up, and you are patient. You are waiting for your own personal idea to show up in order for you to take your own position. So don't rush this process, right? Don't rush it. Just keep it simple to yourself, right? Don't rush this process. You have to understand this, that trading is your own what idea that suits you the best. It is your own idea that will really work for you, because if without you creating your own trading idea, trust me, I don't even know how you're gonna trade. I don't really know how you're gonna trade. So keep it simple to yourself. So I wish us all a profitable week. Peace out, fam.